Howdy everyone, this is Mopbot, this is the Diamond Society, and welcome back to episode number 93. Where in the world are we right now? This doesn't look familiar, does it? Well, if we go ahead and pop out here, let's get up on a lily pad. Wow, we made some changes. We have absolutely made quite a few changes. Let's get up in the air because this is borderline for me. I do rather like it, I think, but there are a few parts of it I'm a little bit on the edge about. Now, I did this in between episodes. I had some extra time and I had some inspiration and I thought I would just go ahead and give it a shot. So let's come back here. Let's take a look at this. This is now our edited river. Yeah, we definitely made some changes to that. Look at that. We added some sugarcane. It pops out of the water. I don't know how I feel about that. It's like, on one hand, yeah, it looks pretty cool. And it adds character to the area, which is absolutely what I'm going for. But then on the other hand, you don't really see that a lot. It almost feels a little strange to me. Now, the spamming of lily pads I do like. I think that kind of breaks up the blue a little bit more. And before, where we just had all the coarse dirt down here, I've come in and added quite a few blocks. So we added first, I went through and did cobblestone, and that just wasn't enough. So I came back through with some soul sand, started dotting that about, and was getting better, but it still needed something. So I came through here. I believe this is brown. Is this? Oh no, brown clay? Yeah, brown terracotta, brown clay. I was going to do brown concrete as well, but I didn't actually have any. And you can see actually over here, it's a lighter color. Now there is the clay. I was looking for the clay and got a little confused there. Yeah, there's the clay, there's the brown, and then there is the other block there, the lighter color. And anyway, it still was needing something. So I came through and I added jack-o'-lanterns on the bottom with the pine or the spruce leaves above it, and that just kind of gives it almost just like a little like a planty kind of feel to go underneath there. I think that looks pretty cool, and it actually keeps this place lit up pretty well as well, which just kind of brings a little bit more character to the area, and that's what it's all about, really. We're trying to personalize this area. We're trying to make it ours, not trying to copy everything that everyone else is doing, and that's absolutely something that I've not ever seen before, I can say. I mean, I'm not saying it hasn't been done before, but I have certainly never seen that before, where we have that sugarcane popping out like that. It is so neat. But anyway, we did one other thing. In the last episode, we did this, and I forgot to put the chimney in there, and I said I would do it in between episodes. There's an alpaca. And anyway, or llama, I don't remember which one it is, but there we go. We added the chimneys back in. I forgot those, and they're there now. So they're uneven, just trying to make it look a little bit less symmetrical, and I think it totally works. Now, that is going to be done for this episode, though, because we're not doing any more work on that. I have one other build plan, and when I say one other, I mean one final build plan for the season, because if y'all haven't already noticed, there have been several videos going out about Season 3 coming out, and the fact that there is going to be a recruiting of new members that's already been going on. And anyway, I will try to link one of those videos down below, but anyway, yeah, this is going to be the last progress video. So there will be one more video after this where we tour the whole base. That, I don't think that engaged, but whatever. There will be one more video. Like I said, it'll be a tour video, but this is going to be the last progress video. So I want to get a whole lot done today. This is also why I did quite a bit in between episodes, actually. And wow, we can't make any of these jumps. Let's try. There we go. 1, 2. Oh, can we get it all the way across? Nope, not quite. So one last building here. I've already got it marked out. It's going to be really small, and it's going to be really plain. And now, when I say really plain, I mean really, really plain. It's not really going to be anything, and it's just going to kind of blend in. And that's exactly what I want. Now, this area right now is looking, well, it looks rather ugly right now. It's just a big block of grass. We got some work to do with that. So I want to add a building here, and then we're going to wrap that forest all around here, and we want to make this look complete, but we don't want it to stand out too much. We don't really want it to draw your attention when there's Hogsmeade going on over there. We've got that nice bright green in the farm over there. We've got this new funky river, all the castle going up there. This is not supposed to be anything that really catches your eye. It's just kind of supposed to fill the area and just kind of complete what's going on. So I will do some nice stuff, I think, with the terrain. Got a big flat wall here. I'm thinking of maybe bumping the inside back a little bit and doing like almost like a cave or like a rock formation. Maybe a little bit some water here and there. We'll see. It's something that I'm just going to take my time with and try to make look as fantastic as possible. So let's get started on this building. Like I said, it's going to be very, very plain, and it's going to be, I suppose, more like kind of like a watchtower, you could call it. It's basically just going to be a big tower with a platform on top, and like I said, it's just going to blend in. It's not really meant to really be anything that's going to catch your eye. So, y'all know that thing I do where I say I'm about to do something and get a bit of work done, and then I go ahead and just do the whole thing in one swoop. Yeah. So I played a lot yesterday. I was on here for around about 9 hours and just kept going and going and going and just did not stop. And this is what it's come out to be. So, like I said, the season is ending. We don't have a limited time here, and I do still feel like I have just so much to do, or I did feel like I had so much to do. Little things here and there, just trying to really clean it up and not leave this project incomplete. And I guess I just kept going and going and going and not stopping, and this is what's come of it. So, not displeased. I just, maybe I wish I would have at least got it a little bit in the middle, here and there clips, but whatever. Anyway. Yeah, there's quite a few differences. So, like I said, this tower just kind of blends in. It almost looks like just another big tree. I am very pleased with it. I mean, you look at it alone, it is very bland, but that's what I'm looking for. Like I said, I just want it to blend in. That's the whole goal of it. But anyway, the forest behind it looks super neat. The browns are going to blend in there. The stones down there blend into there. Speaking of that forest, I did like I said, I wrapped it around. I put it up there. Let's actually go over there and take a look at it. So. Whoop, there we go. So it actually changes color from the other forest. But anyway, it is up on this ridge. It just keeps going, and then goes all the way through up to here, which is actually changed as well. So, I got vines, bone meal, got the jack-o'-lanterns, the leaves on top of them and everything, mushrooms. Just like I've been doing everywhere else, but that comes over, stops right about here. Now, that's A, because I ran out of trees, but also because I don't want to interfere with what's going on over here. So I believe it was Curly who came in here, and he added this wall right here, and he did it in all solid stone brick. Totally fine by me. I was actually going to do that myself, so I'm super happy that he did it. That saves me a lot of time and a lot of stone bricks. But anyway, I then went through and I added a couple extra spots where there are vines, and it's kind of hard to see. Let's see if I can get a good... Nope, we're not going to get a good angle from here. That's kind of in the way. But if we come around the back here, down there is a part of his build, and those vines were already there, so I just continued that same pattern going through. So I started just dotting some random vines around, letting them grow out, all pretty neato. And if you notice, I actually dotted in some stone brick that is cracked, and so he didn't do that. I just went ahead and did that, just try to make it look a little bit more broken up and everything. Hopefully it's not a big issue, but I think it does add a little bit to it, and it kind of joins our two areas together a bit better. So I stopped the trees right here. If he wants to keep going with the trees and just fully blend our areas together, that would be fantastic, because this whole area right now, this whole harbor is looking absolutely brilliant. Between we have the Hogsmeade area and then this big open thing, and there are just builds surrounding it, and it's absolutely neat, and they're all starting to link together, which is... Oh no, we're down here now. No, get back up. There we go. Are we gonna be able to get over? Of course not. Okay, well, anyway, yeah, so like I said, if he wants to bring the trees all the way over up to there, it would link areas pretty nicely. But you know what, I think they're already linked pretty well. And actually, this is a really cool view where you can see all this stuff over here on the right. We got that straight ahead, the castle's over here. You can just barely see it beacon out in the fog there, and as well as some beacon beams and everything. Super neato. Really like this. Same goes, by the way, for bringing the trees over. If somebody wants to continue the river and maybe just make the whole harbor into how I've done it over here, fine by me, but that's not really my area, so I'm not going to touch that. Yeah, it's literally just, it's coarse dirt strut about with a couple of jack-o'-lanterns with spruce leaves above them, and then some sugarcane, soul sand, brown concrete powder, and a few dots of cobblestone here and there just to kind of break it up. Nothing too bad. It's just, the time to be able to do all that could maybe take a while. But anyway, this thing is pretty cool. This is what I was really hoping to do, and we had this big dirt wall before that absolutely had to go. We couldn't be having that. That's also probably why Curly did the stone brick over there, make it look a little bit more like a structured wall. Well, I did that over here, kind of, except it's the opposite of structure. I took out the dirt wall and put in a little stone design. I don't know really what you would call it. I keep falling in the water too. Apparently I can't jump real well. But I just did this little stone design to just kind of recede back and make it look like it's all broken up underneath. Mostly regular stone, dotted in a couple random blocks here and there. Used some different size blocks like the half slabs and the cobblestone walls there. And it just kind of makes it a little broken up, almost kind of like a cave type look, which is pretty neat in my opinion. I actually really like seeing that, and it blends in with the stone on the building as well, which is super neato. And I was going to continue this forest. By the way, those vines, some of them still need to keep growing. I've been on for a while and they still haven't all grown. But I was going to continue that forest over this whole plains area. But then what I decided to do instead was so that you could still see the forest and you could still see that stone structure back there, and so that you could see the bottom of the building. I decided, well, let's just keep it nice and low. So I put some bone meal throughout it and then dotted some melon blocks as well as some pumpkins around. And that actually has a really cool feature. I did that in a couple other areas, and this is the first one I've done in a rather long time. So I'm super pleased with doing it. I think in that color grass, the melons and the pumpkins look absolutely fantastic there. And then I even came through along on the bottom and added in some more boulders. So like over here, let's see how well we can actually see that. Yeah, you can see a couple. I call them boulders, but it's cobblestone, it's mossy cobblestone along the side, trying to look like they've gotten some moss on them from all the water around it. And I just continued that going along here, and that goes all the way over to the wall. You may have noticed that it actually butts right up against the wall, and I'm just trying to keep that continuity. Keep everything blending together. Yeah, right there. And I think I've done a pretty nice job of it. Maybe this could come out a little bit further. But overall, I am super, super pleased with this area. Let's actually get a look at it from the sky, because I am super pleased with it from the ground. And from the sky even, it still looks pretty cool. You're actually seeing a lot of orange. But anyway, let's come in through here. I do really, really like this. From the sky, the tower stands out almost a little too much. But you know what? I think we've blended this dark green area over into the lighter green area pretty well with the lily pads and the sugarcane and the river. I'm overall very, very pleased with it. But do me a favor, let me know what y'all think. And anyway, just apart from that, now I did mention that I was going to do something else. I don't think it was in the last episode. I shut this farm off too, by the way, completely full and overflowing quite a bit. Yeah, both of them are shut off. That should be full. That should be full. Yep, these are all full. Yeah, I had piles of fruits on top, and it was just absolutely crazy. So anyway, I think I mentioned this maybe in a previous video. I said I was going to block off this area, and it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. We have this mountain back here, so I just put a big receding wall so you can't really see it, but it's back there, so I just continued basically what we were doing over there without the vines though, and then kept a couple of lights in there so that this path is still lit at night. Goes around, nothing super, super special, but what I do actually really like, and if we hop up there, you can see it. So yeah, you can actually see it pretty well from back here. Blocks of gravel and also the cobblestone. So I put big old blotches in there, and I'm trying to make it look kind of like what would you call it, like a quarry maybe. So just kind of a decorative stone area. So I'm trying to make even the ugly mountain turn into something a little bit more decorative. And I added some lights in here too, so nothing will spawn. I just put jack-o'-lanterns under those gray carpets. They blend in pretty well. They're almost not even visible from the sky. And I even actually dotted in a couple of blocks of andesite just to break up some areas where we have a lot of stone. Everything's looking pretty good in my opinion, and I think it really, really adds to the completeness of the area. Do I not have my wings on? No, I do. Let's try to get up in there. What? Let's try this again. There we go. All right, there we go. Connection seems fine, but anyway. So yeah, from the side, it's obviously just another part of the mountain, and you can't really, you can kind of catch the sides of the carpets, but in general, you're not really going to notice them unless you're looking for them. So anyway, yeah, all looking pretty cool. And actually, you'll probably notice at night, this area stays pretty well lit. Apart from just the jack-o'-lanterns underneath the leaves here, I've also stuck some jack-o'-lanterns into here. I think this one's probably one. It looks a little bit lighter than the rest, and that just kind of lets these things glow as well. So that is pretty neat. And the very final thing, I believe, at least as far as I know, that I have done is, we're going to avoid that. I finished up this top area. Previous episode, we added some trees and everything, and we added the path, and it was all pretty neat. And then we also did all the special grass around here. Well, we did the same thing over here. Now, I was going to build something, but then I'm like, you know what? I really don't have a whole lot of room for it. So instead, we're just going to leave that as is, and we're going to cover it over with the same thing that we were doing over there. So all pretty neat, just kind of closing everything off and making, just making everything kind of a completed build. And that's really what we're going for now that it is the end of the season. So yeah, I did do this all in one go, but this is going to be the last progress episode for the season. The new season will be starting, I don't want to give an exact date, but it will be starting soon. I'll say soon. Leave it somewhat ambiguous and try to kind of surprise y'all for when the next video comes out. There will be actually one more video though. It just won't be a progress video. We'll be doing a tour of the whole base, so go ahead and stick around for that. But anyway, until then, hopefully y'all enjoyed. Go ahead and subscribe for more, and I'll see y'all next time. I'm so gonna land on something. Hey, we managed to do it. All right, pretty neat.